Keith. Keith popped up. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, good. I first of all see you on the Baboon Twitter spaces, so good to see you here. But hey, I have a question. Is there a way to that you foresee Web3 kind of merging with the stock world, and that maybe some stock companies, possibly OTC or NASDAQ, offer a NFT dividend in the near future?
Love it's a great question, and thanks for joining, Keith. It's great to connect. I fully believe that in the future, I can't say how long, but in the future, all stocks and all mechanisms that we use to trade on a Web2 market are going to be digitized in a way that are leveraging a blockchain technology. So right now, a lot of the work that's done for settlements on the trading side is done through a program called Swift, which was created in like the 1970s. Ripple is a fantastic answer to settlements as a way that their platform, the way that their platform mechanics work from a settlement perspective is really, really beneficial in that way. So you're going to see a lot of platforms try to do this, and I'm very excited for what that looks like. But exactly to your point, Keith, we will find stocks and they'll be sort of digitized in a way where they'll be their own either NFT or their own token, where you'll be earning specific returns or rewards on those kinds of things. And it's crazy just to think of how open this world can get, where instead, imagine Nike, for example, saying instead of a dividend, which I think Nike still pays a dividend. Okay, so our dividends are going to go away, but what we're going to do is issue everybody an NFT that allows you 20% off every time you come to the store or something like that, right? Like there might be sub dividends or other classes of dividends that you could potentially give out to somebody as a result of holding the stock in very much the same way that NFTs are doing that now, which is really cool to think about.
It's like a
great.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just want to jump in. So do you see that happening now on this 20% thing, and on a full-blown dividend? How far are we out in seeing more of it in the common stock world?
I think right now the Web2 space from a stock perspective is very sort of anti-futuristic. Like the people who are kind of like the old boys club, they want nothing to change. They want everything to stay the same. They want it to stay kind of archaic. They don't have the mental capacity to understand how blockchain works and how these kinds of things are going to be growing. And so it's going to take some time. There was a time where everything was on ticker tape, right? You had the stamp of the thing and it would come out and people would be looking at this ticker tape, and it was all the way up until like the 50s and 60s. And that's how people were able to read the stock broker terms, basically, right? You had to call your broker. And then we kind of went through this wave of digitization in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And that same kind of thing is going to progress with Web3. So I still think that we're at the very early stages of what this kind of adoption looks like. And the danger is if you do something like this too early, you might burn a lot of people, or you might kind of have an instance where it doesn't really work particularly well. So I look for use cases like the one in California, where they just released. They're gonna basically be minting all of the licenses and DMV registrations on the Tezos blockchain. And what's so great about that is, okay, now you've taken a proof of concept with one state out of 50 states, and you said, if we can make it work in the 5th largest economy in the world, we can make it work across the country. And then all of a sudden you've got an entire nation that has their assets digitized, and everybody can transact their vehicles in a way that doesn't really require an intermediary like a CarMax or a Carvana or even a dealership. So those are the kind of use cases that you'll see where we kind of get these big bubbles of things where more and more people kind of use the blockchain. I imagine a point in time where the NASDAQ or the NYSE or individual companies might rely on specific blockchain rails to issue stock or issue particular securities. But I would say maybe more than 5, if not maybe 10 years away.
Man, do you even think it's that long, to be honest with you?
Well, I say that because I want to be wrong, and then I want somebody.
Yes.
I want somebody to be looking at this video, being like, "you're such a bad guesser."
We fact checked and he was right.